two F-117 Nighthawk stealth bombers approached Baghdad on a critical mission, slipping past surface-to-air missiles with radar signatures barely visible. Built to bypass enemy detection, they flew under cloud cover, payload doors opening to release precision-guided bombs at key targets. Though often mistaken for a fighter, the Nighthawk was built solely for undetected ground strikes. In the Gulf War, it hit over 1,600 high-value targets without a single loss, a testament to its groundbreaking stealth technology. The birth of the stealth aircraft. The story of the F-117's design begins in the secretive world of Lockheed's Skunk Works. The engineers working at Skunk Works were tasked with a challenge that seemed insurmountable: design a stealth aircraft capable of flying behind enemy lines without detection. The team began with a simple, unconventional design, the Hopeless Diamond, a shape that some doubted would even fly. Yet the team's sheer determination and skill transformed this concept into the F-117 Nighthawk, one of the most successful military aircraft of its time. Led by Ben Rich, who took over from the legendary Kelly Johnson, the project moved forward with intense focus. The breakthrough came when a translated Russian scientific paper on radar deflection was discovered. This paper revealed critical information that would change the course of aviation history. It outlined a method to calculate the deflection of electromagnetic waves, a vital component in designing stealth aircraft. The F-117's design was built on these principles, focusing on dispersing and absorbing radar waves to make the aircraft nearly invisible to enemy radar. How stealth works. Stealth is not a new concept in aviation. Even the SR-71 Blackbird incorporated some early stealth principles. However, the F-117 Nighthawk represented a leap forward, with its design focused on deflecting radar waves in a far more sophisticated manner. Rather than relying solely on the reflection of radar waves, the F-117's design used complex calculations and theories to minimize its radar signature. The design of the Nighthawk was rooted in geometry. Its flat surfaces and sharp angles allowed radar waves to bounce off at various angles, reducing the amount of energy reflected back to enemy radar systems. This was accomplished by making the aircraft look less like a traditional plane and more like a series of sharp-angled surfaces, each meticulously crafted to absorb and deflect radar energy. Despite its stealth capabilities, the F-117 was not designed to be a high-speed aircraft. Its subsonic speed ensured that it wouldn't produce a sonic boom, which could potentially alert enemies to its presence. This emphasis on stealth meant that the aircraft had limited weapon capacity, carrying just 2 bombs in its payload bay. While this may seem like a drawback, the F-117's ability to hit high-value targets with pinpoint accuracy made it an invaluable asset to the military. The stealth revolution. Before the development of stealth aircraft, military air power relied on a much different approach. The 1973 Yom Kippur War highlighted the vulnerability of conventional aircraft against advanced radar-guided missiles. Israeli pilots suffered heavy losses due to Soviet-supplied surface-to-air missiles, which demonstrated how quickly the balance of power could shift on the battlefield. As radar and missile technology evolved, the US Air Force was forced to rethink its approach to air combat. In response to these new threats, 2 strategies emerged. The first, championed by the B-1 Lancer, focused on flying low to avoid detection by radar, using terrain to conceal the aircraft. The second, inspired by a scientific breakthrough at Skunk Works, focused on stealth. By understanding how electromagnetic waves diffract, engineers at Skunk Works were able to design an aircraft that could avoid radar detection altogether. This new focus on stealth technology was not just about building a plane that could fly undetected. It was about revolutionizing military strategy by giving the United States a tool that could strike deep behind enemy lines, targeting key infrastructure without risking the lives of pilots or the aircraft. The F-117 Nighthawk was the first true operational stealth aircraft, and its success in the Gulf War proved that this new strategy was viable. Designing the F-117 was far from simple. The aircraft's unique shape and structure posed several engineering challenges. One of the first hurdles was selecting an appropriate engine. The F-117's designers needed an engine that could provide enough thrust without creating too much heat or noise. The solution was the General Electric J85 engine, which would later be replaced by the more powerful F-44 engine from the FA-18 Hornet. Another critical aspect of the F-117's design was its engine inlet. Radar waves that bounced inside an engine inlet were like sound waves echoing in a cave. To minimize radar detection, engineers covered the engine inlet with a grid designed to block most radar wavelengths wavelengths. This mesh, combined with radar-absorbing material, made it difficult for enemy radar to detect the aircraft. The exhaust system was another key consideration. The F-117's designers sought to minimize its heat signature by spreading the exhaust over a larger area, allowing it to cool quickly before mixing with the surrounding air. This was achieved by using a flat, rectangular exhaust duct that helped distribute the heat more evenly, reducing the likelihood of detection by infrared sensors. Despite these innovations, the aircraft's design wasn't without its challenges. Early tests revealed issues with instability, particularly when the aircraft's angle of attack increased. To correct this, engineers had to refine the aircraft's control surfaces and flight computers, ensuring the plane remained stable during flight. Combat success and limitations of the F-117. The F-117 Nighthawk's first real test came during Operation Desert Storm, where it proved its worth. Deployed in Saudi Arabia, the F-117s flew missions over heavily defended Iraqi airspace, striking targets with deadly precision. The stealth bombers hit 26 high-value targets on their first night of operations, including key air defense systems. Throughout the conflict, the F-117s remained virtually undetectable, and not a single aircraft was lost. However, the F-117's success was not without limitations. The aircraft's range was relatively short, requiring frequent refueling during missions. The Nighthawk's design also made it unsuitable for aircraft carrier operations, as it lacked the necessary features for takeoff and landing on a carrier deck. This led to the idea of a carrier version of the F-117, but it was never pursued, as the plane was already nearing the end of its operational lifespan. Despite its success, the F-117's stealth technology was not a permanent advantage. Once adversaries became aware of the aircraft's capabilities, they began developing countermeasures. In 1999, the F-117 became the first stealth aircraft to be shot down during the Kosovo War. Using a tactic of moving radar and missile launchers and only activating them briefly, the enemy was able to track the F-117 and destroy it. The legacy of the F-117 and stealth technology. While the F-117 Nighthawk had a relatively short operational career, its legacy lives on. It was the first operational stealth aircraft, and it demonstrated that stealth was not just a theoretical concept, but a game-changing technology. The lessons learned from the F-117's development and use paved the way for even more advanced stealth aircraft, including the B-2 Spirit, the F-22 Raptor, and the F-35 Lightning II. The F-117's design and mission success proved the importance of stealth in modern warfare. The concept of stealth, once a specialized feature, has now become an expected standard in military aviation. As technology continues to evolve, the role of stealth aircraft in combat will remain crucial, ensuring that military forces can strike with precision before being detected. In the end, the F-117 Nighthawk was a shining example of what could be achieved with visionary engineering, stealth technology, and the determination to push the boundaries of aviation. Its contributions to military strategy and its role in reshaping air combat cannot be overstated. It may no longer be in service, but its place in history is secure as a true pioneer in the world of stealth aircraft. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the F-117 Nighthawk, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting aviation stories and tech insights. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Keep soaring high.